Hey everyone, my name's Paul with Warped Pinball. I'm here in my home game room to give you a walkthrough of new features and functions and a brand new user interface that we're releasing in March of 25 for our System 9 and System 11 game products. But first, a quick overview of what the product is in case you're not familiar. This in my hand is our vector board. This is the product that goes in System 9 and System 11 games. It plugs into the main board in the back box. There's no soldering required for installation and no permanent game modifications. And this board provides a host of features that we're going to walk through throughout this video, all of them served up on your local Wi-Fi connection. We serve up the web pages to your computer, phone, big screen TV if you like, and it's all done locally, so there's no subscription fee, okay? So on that side of your screen, you see that web browser, which is currently connected to Elvira here. And I'm gonna demonstrate the title screen there with the leaderboard and what that looks like when you're playing a game. Okay, so I'm gonna slide around and we're gonna start a game and show you that leaderboard in real time. You'll notice there's 9 people up there. It'll hold up to 20. I'm going to start a one-player game, and right away we get a live score display on the top. So one-player game, you see the ball in play is 1. And we got a little score there. And it live updates as you're playing the game. So I'll play this ball a little bit. See if we can get something here to score. There we go. Now we're still on ball 2 since I locked one. As I mentioned, this is all being recorded in real time, the web browser and the video. So we're on ball 3. I'm going to make this short. You watch me play pinball. Okay, one last ramp, and we'll let it go here. Now the game's going to wrap up. You see we're on ball 3. There's our final score. It's going to be tallied here. And this game is configured to have me input initials. So I'll put in my initials here. So you note that was not a top 4 score, but I've selected to have the game collect initials for all scores so they can be filled in on the leaderboard as you see there on the right side of your screen. So if you notice there, that score just went in. We've got another one. So that was 319 to 10. There it is in number 8 place. So that's our new live score display, which can be fun when you have a group of people over and you put it up on the big screen, right? And people can watch how the gameplay is going. Okay, let's walk through some of the other features. Here you'll notice the game name is in the upper left. And if I click on that, you will get other games in your collection that are on. You notice I have Pinbot and Game Show right next to Elvira. So the games automatically find each other and populate this with a list of all the games that are on at the moment, so you can switch to view either of those at any time. Of course, you have your leaderboard here that we went through. The leaderboard goes out to 20 positions, so a lot deeper than a standard game. Gives you more information there. We have tournament mode. If you happen to run a tournament, you can keep the scores separate from your home leaderboard, which I kind of like. When the really good players come over, you make them put their scores on the tournament board. And I'll show you how to configure that in the admin panel here in a moment. But one of my favorite features is the personal scoreboards. And here you see you can select by name everyone who's in the system. Here's me, Paul, here's my scores. So only my scores go on here. This is really great if you have kids that never get on the high scoreboard. They can have their own board and track their own progress over time as they become better players. So one of my favorite features. We have light and dark mode up here. So I'm going to switch to light mode. This will get bright for a second. If you need that, there's a bright mode there. I prefer this one. Most game rooms are kind of dark, so we go with that. And that's basically the front screen. Now up here in the upper right-hand corner, you've got some other screens, of course, players. So this is where you would put in initials and any kind of full name you want it to be displayed for all the players in your household or your local club or what have you. You can manage those so that when someone puts in their initials, their name gets tied to it. So you get a little more personalized experience there. So that's the Players tab. We have About, of course, and what our mission is. And you'll notice in here that this is not a full-time job for anyone. So definitely a labor of love, bringing some new function back to these System 9 and 11 games. And then the admin panel really is where a lot of changes. If you have a board from 24 or the first couple months of 2025, this is where you can notice a big difference. And I'll just start at the top. We'll go through these kind of quickly just to give you the overview. Tournament mode. So this is where you would turn on, hey, I'm going to do tournament mode. All the scores are going to go to the tournament board, and all scores are going to be recorded. And you can also download them. And none of the scores are going to affect my leaderboard until I flip this off. Next is the methods used to collect players' initials. So on machine means typing in your initials with the flipper buttons. So when this is on, every player, every time, will have the opportunity to put in their initials on the game, which again can be fun for people who don't normally get to do that. If you have this on and someone doesn't want to claim a score, doesn't want to, it wasn't a great game, whatever, they don't have to, right? You can just hit the start button 3 times, it'll enter blank, and that's fine. So don't think that means everyone has to always type in initials. They just have the opportunity to. The second method is the web interface, and I'll demo this probably at the end. This puts the score up on the main screen, on the scores screen, and lets you claim a score after the game is over. So maybe you've got a lot of people coming through playing. You can keep the game playing while people who are done claim their scores online, with their phone or with a PC, etc. So you can claim the score after the game. Zoom QR scanner is something that's coming. We're excited. We're going to be showing that at TPF this year. So we're excited to demo that, but it's not available yet. Adjustment profiles, I'm really excited about. We heard from many users that, hey, going in and changing the adjustments on the game is a real pain. I want to put it in free play mode for tournament night, or we have a fundraiser and we put the prices up, or I want to change settings when the kids are over so it's really easy, that kind of thing. And we've really made that super easy now. You have 4 slots with every game to name them whatever you want and to basically capture a game configuration. Okay, so you set up the game however you want, all the adjustments, right? High score levels, extra ball, bonuses, all those kinds of things, free play and pay profiles. So let me show you this. So I have stored a free play version, and I'm going to click this and watch the video while I do this, and you'll see Elvira go through the cycle here. So I click free play. I want to switch to free play mode, and I'm going to confirm that. Now we're going to load the adjustments into Elvira, and Elvira is going to reboot to make them take effect and go through its little initialization, right? You saw on the screen free play, right? Just like that, so fast. No need to open the coin door, go through all those menus, super nice. Now, if I want to go back to 50-cent night where people are paying, I just click that, confirm, and you'll see it gets loaded, and Elvira will reboot again and go back to credit 0. So we're not on free play anymore, right? Super fast. Moving on down through here, show IP on machine. So the IP address is this address that's in the browser window up here. This is the number you need to type in to connect to the game. So you can show that in the attract mode on the displays by clicking this on. And this by default comes on when you install Vector so that you can get connected the first time. And then later on, if you don't want that displaying, of course, you can click it off. We have updates, online updates now. So these buttons will be active once the updates are up there, or developer builds. These are software updates to the product. So everything updates through Wi-Fi automatically at the click of a button. It's super nice. So when there are new versions available, you can do that. It will never update on its own. You have to initiate it here, but then it will download it through your internet connection and install automatically. A few other odds and ends. You can export the score data if you're doing like a tournament or something, kind of a simple format. Some reset options. You want to start your leaderboard over, of course. Reset tournament board happens quite a bit. You have a new tournament night, and you want to start back at 0. You can do all those kinds of things. And then things to do with your browser. Some web browsers might get confused, and so occasionally you might need to clear browser storage to get things working again with the browser. It's unusual, but we put a button here, so it's really easy to do when that happens. And then there's some debug things. You can download a snapshot of a memory in the game, or download running configuration error logs. These are primarily used by people who are helping us to diagnose issues with specific games, or just to bring new titles into the system. Every title has kind of unique memory setups, and so people that help us get new titles on might take memory snapshots and then send it to us, so we can make the system compatible with that game, right? So most of the stuff you'll use, on a regular basis is up here with your different score claim methods, tournament mode, adjustment profiles, and then of course showing the IP on your game. And I think you'll agree it's a good feature add compared with what we had last year. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you is the score claim method, where you don't put initials on the game every time you play, but you go to the web interface after you're done playing and claim the score after the fact. Now, those of you that are playing on a System 9 game, this is the normal way that you would claim scores, because as you know, System 9 games, you don't type in initials. There's no alphanumeric display. So the initial method is not available on System 9 games. But I think you'll see that this method is really effective and convenient for both systems of games. So let me slide around here, and I'm going to show you that again live with the game and the browser screen. I'll bring up a 2-player game. And we'll probably cycle through the balls here pretty quick. You see the live displays up. Nice graphics when you get a big jump in score. And we're on to player 2. So as you can see, there's very little lag between the game score and what comes up on the screen. People watching the screen really do get a live view of what's happening in the game. As we're going through these balls and players here to finish this up, let me just say that we're always looking for ideas. If there's some feature that you'd like to have, we're actively working on these products and the software inside them. We'd love to hear from you. You can reach us at warpedpinball.com. On pin side, I'm Supersonic Pin on pin side. Let us know your ideas for new features. So here we're ball 3. Okay, last player, so this should wrap it up. A couple of really amazing scores for Elvira there. Okay, so wrapping up the game, you'll see the live display went away. We're getting through our match stuff there. And then at the bottom of the screen, claimable scores has popped up. Okay, and this will have several lines as more games are played. We won't go through all the details. But now you can go in the web browser or on your phone, hit that claim button and put in your initials. So I'll do that real quick. Over here at the computer. So if I go, let's say I want to claim this one, I just put my initials in here and submit. And then you'll see here, it's assigned my initials to that score. And then it's also put the score in the 10th position up here. Okay. Now player 2 can come later and claim their score if they want, right? It's already in the leaderboard here in the 11th position with no initials, so it'll stay there. If someone claims it, then the initials and the name will be added.
Hey, let's
okay?
party.
All right, so that's the quick walkthrough. I hope that was helpful. We'll see you at TPF. And please let us know if you have any suggestions for ways we can make the product even better. Thanks.